Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This will be a very interesting and very important video for you. This will solve all your questions related to the method of resolution. So as a student, you always had a question about how to resolve a given force. You always get confused in this segment. You always get confused between the angles. You don't know whether to consider angle with x-axis or y-axis. You had a question about whether the force is positive or negative, and in this way you are getting a wrong answer. You always get confused and you get wrong answer for the given question. So in today's video I will discuss a method with you that will solve all the questions, and this method is specially designed by me. So we'll start with the method. Now we'll apply this method for type 1 numericals. So we have solved this numerical in the last video. So the question for this numerical is determine the resultant of the forces acting in the given figure. So this is the given figure. So we'll apply the new method for this numerical. So first step in this numerical is find the angle of all the forces with positive x-axis. We'll find all the angles with respect to this positive x-axis. So this is the positive x-axis. So here we consider angle is equal to 0 degree. From here we go in the anti-clockwise direction. So here the angle is 90 degree. So this is very important point in calculation to find out all the angles with respect to 0 degree. So this is 90, this is 180, this is 270, and at the end this is 360. So this is only two-step method. So concentrate on every step, okay? Don't skip any point. So in the step 1, we'll calculate the angle of all the forces with respect to positive x-axis. So this is your 0 degree and we'll go in the anti-clockwise direction. So first point is we'll find out the angle for 70 Newton. So this is the 70 Newton force. Angle with the positive x-axis is 45 degree. The next force is 50 Newton. Angle of 50 Newton with the x-axis is 15 plus 45, so it is 60 degree. Now the next force is directly 20 Newton. So the angle of 20 Newton with the x-axis is, this is 90 plus 90 plus 90. So it means it is 270. Last force is 25 Newton. The angle of 25 Newton is from the x-axis. The total angle is 360 degree. Minus this 60 degree. So the angle will be 300. So in this way you can calculate the angles. Okay, carefully for the step 1, we will find out the angles of all the forces with respect to x-axis. We will go in the anti-clockwise direction. This is a two-step process. So very simple, but you should remember all the criteria that we are going to discuss today. In the next step, we will check the direction of all the forces. Just you have to identify whether the force is outward or inward. As you can see, 70 Newton is outward, 50 Newton is outward, this is 20 Newton is outward, and 25 Newton is outward. So what is the inward force? If the arrow is pointed towards the origin, then we can call it as inward force. Okay. Now for outward forces, we'll write the theta positive, and for inward forces, we'll write the theta as a negative. Okay. Remember, listen carefully. For the all outward forces, we'll write the theta positive. We'll write negative theta for all the inward forces. So in this way, we can write down for first force 70 Newton, theta is positive because it is outward force. For 50 Newton, theta is positive because it is the outward force. For 20 Newton, theta is positive because it is the outward force. And 25 Newton, theta is positive because it is the outward force. We are not going to change the value of theta, but we will give the sign positive or negative depending on the direction of the force. So in this way, you should follow these two steps. Step 1, find the angle with respect to x-axis. Step 2, find the angle is positive or negative. That's it. If you are able to find this data, you will easily solve this numerical. At the end, we have got this. First column is serial number. Next column is force, magnitude in Newton. Next column is angle with the positive x-axis. We have already calculated these two values in the previous slide. The next is fx is equal to f cos theta and fy is equal to f sin theta. So don't worry about which side has a cos theta and which side has sin theta. So there is no confusion. Always fx is equal to f cos theta and fy is equal to f sin theta. So now we'll start with the solution. Step 1, write down the value of first force 70 Newton, angle is 45 degree. Write all the forces and its value. It is directly taken from the previous table. Now we'll start with the fx1. fx1 is equal to f cos theta. So 70 into cos 45. So its value is 49.497. The fx2 is equal to force into theta. Force is 50 into cos 60. The value is 25. The next force is 20 into cos 270. Its value is 0. Remember, this 20 Newton force is a vertical. So student get confused about what is the component of vertical force. Fx is 0 or Fy is 0. So this method will solve your confusion. The last one is Fx4 is equal to 25 cos 300. Its value is 12.5. Now we'll go for the vertical components. So Fy1 is equal to 70 sin 45. Its value is 49.497. Fy2 is 50 sin 60. Its value is 43.301. Fy3 is 20 sin 270. Its value is minus 20. So it will automatically consider plus or minus sign. You don't need to judge whether the force is positive or negative. This method will directly give you a conclusion about positive and negative sign. So there is no confusion in this method. Fy4 is equal to 25 sin 300. So again you can see directly negative sign is assigned to this answer. So it is a very simple method to find positive and negative sign and find the components. You will not get confused about which one is 0 or which one is positive. This will give you a clear understanding of the forces, and as it is in a tabular format, you can easily find all the answer. Next value we required is the summation of fx. Now summation of fx is the addition of all the values that we get in this column. So just add them. So summation of fx is 86.997, and here summation of fy is the addition of all the components, all the values present over here. So it is equal to 51.148. So in this way we have simply calculated the value of summation of fx and summation of fy by adding the values in this column and adding the values in this column. So now there is no confusion. Just you have to decide the angles, then decide the sign of the angle depending on outward or inward. That is your work, and just you have to put it in this table. Now we'll find out the resultant. Remaining process is as it is. R is equal to square root of summation of fx square plus summation of fy square. So we can find out the resultant easily by following this step. The next is angle of the resultant. It can be calculated by the formula tan inverse of summation of fy divided by summation of fx. So the answer is 30.452, and at the end we will represent the resultant. So for that we should have the value of summation of fx and summation of fy. Now both the values are positive. So summation of fx will point towards the right side and summation of fy will point towards the upside. So this is the resultant or the magnitude of resultant, and this is the included angle 30.452. So I hope I have solved your all the doubts, all the confusion in the method of resolution. You can follow this method and you will get always a right answer. Just you should able to find the angle and the sign of the angle. If you like this video, please share with all the students. It is helpful for all. Thank you very much.